Hi Taurus, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your mid-month money career tarot reading for the month of March 2022. So mid-March, if you will. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general, so just take what resonates, okay? And I want to thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. If you haven't done so already, I appreciate your love and support, okay? I need to stop saying the word okay. You may find that you're saying a word or a couple words too much, and that becomes quite apparent in the second half of the month. Either way, to book a personal reading with myself, the options are down below. Just reach out via email. You'll see everything you need in the description box. The overall message I received for you, Taurus, or for us rather, because I have it in my Mars, so it's quite relevant for these money and career reads. Massive increase in success. Massive increase in success. Let go of that perfectionist side of you as I perfect the way I wrote one of the words, all right? But it's definitely going to be a powerful and successful second half of the month. Wow, bear with me as I struggle a little bit. So don't be surprised if you do as well. But we're going to begin and just jump right into it and pull from the Light Seers deck. Just pull some tarot. Let's do some shuffling. For my lovely Taurans. Whoa. You might be dealing with some feisty energy, whether it's spiritual, whether it's around you in your environment that you're working in, working at, living in, however it works for you. I mean, those could be intertwined like it is for me. But I just feel like a level of irritation could come about at certain points, maybe feeling impatient in one way, shape, or form. But for whatever reason, I do feel quite peaceful in your energy. There is just this hint of like, why do I have to deal with so much BS at times? But there's an underlying focus on a wish fulfillment you truly desire, and you're getting a massive increase in success, and it's leaving you quite motivated, getting your taste of justice and balance that you deserve, as you are truly manifesting a lot when it comes to the business you're running, when it comes to the job you're working. It could be both. I feel like there's a new endeavor on the horizon, very close, whether it's a new side job, could be a whole new job for you. But I feel like there's one big goal on the horizon you're working towards, putting in that hard work, that effort, and it definitely paying off. People being very impressed by you. I just saw the Knight of Pentacles, embodying that way of being where you're not feeling quite inclined to rush in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying you don't have a lot to accomplish, because I really feel you do, but you can see how I'm very personable, but just kind of taking my time and going at the pace I feel my body is letting me, okay? Very in tune with what you're capable of, but also what you should, just the pace you should be moving at when you're accomplishing what you need to. But it's going to be a very busy second half of the month, I can tell you that much. But things are going to get even busier in April, I feel the need to say, and moving forward. So don't overdo it, okay? Don't overexude. But with the Devil card and the Six of Cups, you're overworked, okay? You could be overthinking for sure, but I feel as if you're very spiritually connected and very much overworked at the very least. Needing to recognize that you dealt with a lot of toxic situations within your living environments, within working, right? Difficult people. And for whatever reason, this was in the reverse position at first, but I felt the need to put it in the upright. I feel like you go from not remembering certain difficulties to remembering them. It feels purposeful from spirit, but then at times, some of which could just be to mess with you, making it a little bit more tricky to keep things positive and optimistic. Remember the past, but don't compare it, period. I will always say that in my readings, but for yours it seems quite important to mention. You're going to be pushed to reflect on how far you've come, right? From the beginning of a business, you've been growing. They're saying mention, you know, like for example, me from the beginning of this channel at the about a year and a half ago till now, regardless of how much it's grown, I've grown through it, okay? I've gotten to a landmark that took me longer than some other readers, but I got there, okay? On my own time and divine timing. And I'll probably exceed others who got there sooner than I did. Do you get the point? Everyone's on their own path, and I feel like you're pushed to reflect upon yours in the second half of March. You're going to, same thing goes for, say, when you started a day-to-day job, whatever you do. Or you could even be reflecting upon how every other job you've worked, every other business you ran, however your path has played into the everything happens for a reason kind of building up to where you are now, right? Helping you make the best out of where you're at, or just get something to a very successful level. Again, it's the second half of the month where there's massive increases in success for you and only you, okay? It's meant for you is what they're saying. With the Eight of Cups and the Empress coming out for the second half of the main part of your reading, it's talking about how you want to walk away from something that isn't healthy for you. All right, it may not be 100% horrible, right? It may have some positives. It may be a lot better than what you've dealt with in the past, but it doesn't mean you have to settle, right? It may be a contract in one way, shape, or form, whether it's a work contract, a living situation, you name it. But I feel like for a lot of us, it has an end point, okay? You somewhat chose that, did you not? You felt intuitively guided to, or just pushed by spirit, or both. I do feel as if a lot of us are walking towards something that's going to be a lot warmer, happier, even more peaceful than the second half of the month feels. There's certain parts of the second half of the month that don't feel peaceful, purposeful, to push you, a push from the universe. Your spirit guide saying, Taurus, you have taken steps back. Okay, that was on purpose. Once again, so a huge push towards your overall Taurus purpose, individual purpose. That word, I'm so sorry, again, there's certain words you're going to overuse in the second half of the month, but everything in my readings happens for a reason. Everything in your life happens for a reason. Trust that, remember that, embrace that as you move forward and get ready to give birth to something new. You could even find that what you're giving birth to in the near future is going to really help you take your business to the next level, or your job to the next level. Keep putting in that hard work. I said that really weird. Keep putting in that hard work, because it's going to pay off if you haven't felt as if it has fully yet. It feels like at times in the second half of the month, you're going to feel like you have nothing left to give, but you do, okay? Dig for it, but don't overexude once again. Pace oneself, it's key, as you have a lot coming up on the horizon for you that's gonna make you so damn happy. I just feel this level of calm, but passion igniting within me in your energy, or our energy. There's a level of abundance on the horizon. There's a passionate, abundant, fresh start for you. Whether it's a move of residence, a new job, it could be both. You are going to see your money increasing dramatically in the upcoming months. But I feel like you're keeping something very secretive when other people might make it more difficult for you to make that decision, or just might convince you not to go after something. Do not second guess what you're going after, as it is the second half of the month where you're pushed to plan, to strategically figure out where to put your next pieces. Thinking of it as a chess game or a checkers game. Not to not take it seriously, but also not to stress over it to the point where things get a little bit heavy, or you just don't know how to tread forward, okay? Take oneself in a lighter manner. Interesting. Moving forward, we have the Seven of Cups coming out and the Emperor. Once again, being pushed to recognize that in the midst of overthinking, or this reflecting, or just feeling overworked, and being pushed to think about the past and how far you've come, you have a lot of options. A lot of options when it comes to what you want to move towards, when it comes to what you want to invest in. A lot of people wanting to reach out to get your services, to buy what you're selling in one way, shape, or form, and it benefiting you financially, to say the very least. Getting your name out there. It feels like people are networking for you, trying to get your name out there for your business, or your name out there, wanting to help you get a new job if need be. It just feels like you have connections, even if you don't think you do. If you want to invest in something in the near future, say months down the line, again, you have several options to choose from, so don't stress. As you get ready to plan for what you want to give birth to once again, and are being pushed to recognize that even if you're a little bit overly serious in the second half of the month, it's because you've been through a lot. But things will get a lot easier in the near future, especially with whatever you're planning to or getting ready to give birth to, okay? It's going to be very, very successful for you. But all the meanwhile, it just feels like you're being pushed to focus, but not in an overly stressful way, once again, to recognize the never-ending battle is coming to an end in a lot of ways. Your creative ideas are going to come to a focus as you're pushed to write them down, because you will forget, okay? Because you have so much going on, or you're just a little bit forgetful. Don't be stressed as you get very motivated and are waiting certain ships to come in. They will happen when the time is right for you, okay? But do remember, it's the second half of the month where massive increases of success are taking place because you've been putting in the hard work and it's part of your destiny. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing rest of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus.